Hello, Brian Cox and Greg Lundeen, both volunteers, Southern Nevada Off-Road Recovery, here to narrate a recovery we did not do.
Welcome back. We're going to make this up as we go, huh?
Well, we weren't there.
All right, let's see what they did.
So the heroes of the day is Brian Corsetti and Ed Dawe.
Okay.
Been very active lately. They both really know their stuff. They were on that double pull recovery of that RV.
Yeah, they're both good experience guys.
Good guys, yeah. And our subject matter today is a Nissan Frontier. I think they're good-looking trucks.
Those two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive?
Is
that why we're here?
It's always two-wheel drive. Now, the four-wheel drives, they run them a lot in Australia. They run a lot of stuff in Australia, but you don't really see them in the groups in the U.S. For some reason, we've had a batch of two-wheel drive Frontiers lately. And here's the thing. I'm not going to knock two-wheel drive. Just a little disclosure here. I'm an old-time Nevadan. Both of my grandfathers had cattle on the range at different times of their lives. Neither one of them ever owned a four-wheel drive truck.
I believe that.
And the reason is because they were both started driving before World War II. World War II is where the four-wheel drive really came of age with the Jeep. And quite frankly, they knew how to drive off-road with two-wheel drive. They didn't want to spend the money. They thought it was a luxury. They didn't really want to spend money.
Probably pulling trailers and hauling cattle and all kinds of stuff with a two-wheel drive.
They did a lot of stuff. And, they did know how to drive well. They knew how to avoid problems, and they knew how to self-recover.
Well, I'm spoiled. I bought a four-wheel drive because I don't drive very well.
Well, it's four-wheel drive and lockers can get us out of a lot of stuff. And sometimes I kind of wonder if our driving ability kind of falls back a little bit because we haven't.
It certainly allows you to be lazy.
It does.
I've been there.
When I first got my first four-wheel drive, my neighbor, we had a lot of experience, warned me. He said, if you're going to go out in two-wheel drive, and then if you start getting into trouble, put in four and come back.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does. But this guy did not have the four-wheel drive option here. So this is a recovery. The guy went out to walk his dogs off Pabco Road. And so he heads in.
Did his dog have four-wheel drive?
Yes, he did.
All right. So the dog doesn't get stuck, but the owner does.
Right. So they're heading in now from Pabco Road. And I wasn't there. And
this is up by the gypsum mines?
Yeah, exactly. And so it probably looks kind of firm, but it's at night. And, anytime you're driving off road, you need to keep a perspective of how, 20 feet, 40 feet, what's 60 feet out.
Right. Because
you got to have room to turn around if things go bad. And at night, I have a feeling maybe he's limited,
Little depth perception, can't tell how hard.
So there he is. There's our red Nissan Frontier.
Well, he looks parked as opposed to stuck, but you're saying he's stuck there?
He's stuck. So he started getting soft, went to turn around, backed in, and he got his bumper up on.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Now, just a little highlight here. These are some two other Nissan recoveries we've had lately. That's on our SNORR YouTube channel. That is Dave Sobel, Tim and William Fast, and Hayden Newbiggins out at Government Wash, and they're pulling up a Nissan Frontier.
I saw this one. This one, the video is deceiving, but that hill was pretty steep there, isn't it?
It's very steep. And, when you watch him go in, Sobel got stuck going down, but that happens to us a lot because we got to get into spots that are tough.
Right.
Not that uncommon. And then the next one here is, this is me and Aaron Smith out at Mapa Valley, out by the Indian Reservation, north of Indian Reservation. We weren't on the Indian Reservation.
Also a Frontier?
Frontier, also.
Don't they say bad things come in threes? You got a threefer.
So we're done with bad things happening with Frontiers. So these guys were out, they were prospecting. And I got into some trouble. Two-wheel drive, and we got them out okay.
Did they find gold or silver or whatever they were prospecting for?
We paid for our own gas.
Oh, so probably not. They're still looking.
That's okay. We're glad to help, though.
Of course.
It's okay. So here we are. We got Ed and Bryan Corsetti on scene, and they're surveying what's going on. And I think they're doing exactly what you do, and that is try the traction board self-recover first.
Sure.
Probably have to dig it in there a little bit. Yeah.
And I think it's the least restrictive,
All right,
but
go ahead,
also...
forward and come my way.
Well, they spun it out. So the traction board didn't work. But it helps, I think, the RO understand you start with traction boards. And sometimes it works really well, you know.
Yeah, he was pretty hung up there. Those wheels were dragging pretty far, so not enough traction on them.
And this isn't a good spot for kinetic roll because they're sideways off the trail.
Gotcha.
So they got himself in a good position. Bryan and Ed know what they're doing. Got himself in a good position to pull back. Very simple, and it's a very light truck.
Sounds like a simple set of threefer.
And we'll help you guys next time.